Okay guys, so here's what our plan is. We're coming up with all these super cool ways to show you the same thing, the conversion, what this conversion looks like. You have to be converted from good and evil, which is in opposition to your own self. That's the goal. Okay, so now watch, let me show you the mechanics of it. So, we all know there's this place called the Catholic Church, there's a place called the Vatican, and the Vatican is built in the shape of a snake. It's also birthing another snake. That snake is called Audience Hall. That represents parthenogenesis. Now let me show you something. Right here I have two images of the Virgin. And so those coming up together, okay, the two, that represents Mut in Egyptian iconography. So they come up from the abyss and then they form a system, and that twin female system looks like this when it comes up. So here we go, twin female comes up from the pit, and it forms a system. That's why the Vatican's a snake. That's why Audience Hall is a snake. Parthenogenesis, Vatican's a snake, here's Vatican both directions, and then here's Audience Hall, it is also a snake. Representing that she started the host body system. Okay, now, to make this even crazy cooler, the mouth of the snake is this right here. That hole in the wall, the window, and that is the light coming in, the light beings, which are the angels. So you have twin female coming up, making a snake, and then the mouth of the snake is this hole right here, which just happens to be the female reproductive system. Do you understand what you're looking at right now? I don't know if people fully grasp the magnitude of what you're actually looking at. So, twin female comes up, starts the host body system. The serpent system is started by her. And then her system that is a snake, her entire system that's a snake, turns into a keyhole, and then the key has been locked. Boom. And that's the entire building. That's the snake. That is the flesh. This is the flesh. The upside down cross is the flesh. I don't know if you guys understand fully what you're getting to see right now. The upside down cross is the flesh. It represents everything against Christ. It is opposite the spiritual, and that's why they took a cross and they inverted the cross and made it into a snake. Okay, then that snake is birthing another snake. Okay, do you understand? That's your prison. The flesh is your prison. So now I've established that. Now I want to show you the representation of the two different sides. And for dramatic purposes, I want to cut this picture in half right in front of you for drama. Okay, now, this is Cain and Abel. Okay, there's Cain and Abel. You'll see the word nylon there, and then the word N-O-L-I-N, no lion there. That's just a personal thing. I'm going to cut down the middle wall partition between these guys for dramatic. Johnny's really on fire. Pay attention. Okay, now we have Cain and Abel. Let me show you what Cain and Abel represent. All right, we'll move that out of the way. Now we're going to talk about the three crosses, and we're going to talk about your condition. Okay, now I'm going to put this cross over here. There's one cross. That's got the eye of a serpent. That's from the pit. And you have an eye of an angel. That's from heaven. And now let me put these guys where they belong. Okay, and here is the good twin Abel. And then here is the bad twin Cain. Cain, the Bible says, was of the evil one. That is your condition. You are your own cannibal. And then you are, that represents you in the middle. This is your condition in the middle. It's you on the cross. Let me just get you my little pictures. I made all this fun stuff for you to make sure you get it. Pictorial fun with Johnny. So, Zach's going to zoom in on this real quick. See that right there? Now, I'm not saying I'm Jesus in the flesh. I'm saying this is Jonathan in the flesh. This represents my problem. The whole thing is my problem. I got an eye that goes to the pit. That's why in the Vatican, on the floor, underneath the canopy, the canopy represents the flesh, and on the ground underneath the canopy is the eye of a serpent down on the ground. And then on the ceiling inside the dome is the eye of an angel. But it's blocked off from seeing each other. Neither eye can see each other because the canopy, which represents the flesh, is in between the two. So there's a canopy coming up, blocking off the eye from heaven, seeing the eye from the pit. Now watch. So this is Jonathan in the flesh. This is our trap. But when you invert the world, then Jesus becomes the payment in the middle that reconciles both to God through the cross, making one new man from the two. And now the flesh no longer has any hold on you. And it doesn't matter that there's an eye on the floor in the Vatican. Who cares anymore? Because you've been bought back out of her flesh. Come out of her, my people. Get it? Come out of her. How do you come out of her? You got to be born again to come out of her, because she is the flesh. Okay, so there it is. We're in our own Cain and Abel cannibalistic system. And when you get converted, Jesus takes the middle part for you, and you're no longer inverted, and he owns the system. He owns this, and he'll take you back to heaven. Even with your other half, he reconciles both to God through the cross, making one new man from the two, thus making peace, because he's the Prince of Peace. Okay, I'm just going to keep throwing this at you every way I can do it, because we're getting close to the end, guys. Okay, that's it.